Hey there, real quick before we begin, you're about to watch a live stream, which means you're really kind of behind the scenes here because these lessons are usually watched in the archives, but you're here for the live taping of them. So if we mess up really bad, we're probably going to chop that out, but you're going to get to see all of our bloopers and mistakes. We'll also chop this off, so no one is going to see this part of the lesson but you. And because you're behind the scenes, you're probably going to ignore my instructions when I say, like, pause the video and go practice or whatever. You can if you want. It's just that everyone in the chat room then will be in different places in the video. That's fine. When you want to join us live again, go down to the bottom of the video, click on the live button, and that should take you straight to where we actually are now. So now here comes the part for everybody else. I'm really glad you're with us. The archives are fine, but my favorite is talking to you live. So see you in the chat room. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock here, the lesson is about to begin. If this is your first time playing piano, welcome. I'm very excited for you. You're going to do great. Hopefully you already received from us the welcome packet in the mail, and maybe you even got started on the Absolute Beginners video pack to teach you the names of the notes and things like that. But if not, that's fine. You'll do great. I'll show you how to play all the notes. And if I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. You can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. And even if you only learn a little bit of this song and you don't learn the whole thing, you'll still learn enough to help you build skills so you can learn other songs faster in the future. So jump in, give it a try. You're bound to end up at least a little bit better than you even are right now. Throughout the lesson, I may refer to Klopple Academy, and you can check out that link on the website if you want. Basically, it's a program that takes you all the way from learning the names of the notes, the very beginning, through 12 levels of classical and jazz music, through all the skills that you would need to become a professional pianist. So you would learn all the same stuff that you would learn if you're taking regular traditional piano lessons, probably plus a little bit more, but it takes about 5 to 10 years to complete. So you can just try out the first level, see if it's the kind of thing that you like, or if you just care about today's lesson and learning this song, then just ignore all those references and focus on today's lesson. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The MP3 is a play-along track that you can use to practice more after the lesson, but a lot of students like to print out the PDF right now so they have it during the lesson. Careful, it could be up to like 30 pages, so just find the couple pages that you want and print those out. If you decide not to, that's fine. I'll show you all of the notes on screen as we go through it. And we will be going through 5 different levels of this song that all use the same play-along track. So even if you've never played piano before, you'll still be able to do level 1. And then as we go through level 2, 3, 4, and 5, then when we use that same play-along track, you just keep playing your same version. If you're watching this lesson in the archives and you have a question during the lesson, then feel free to click on that survey button. And at the end of the survey, there's a place for you to ask your question, and I will do my best to get back to you with the answer to that question. But if you're with us live as we're recording this today, then feel free to click on that chat button, and you can talk with all the other students who are logged in during the live lesson. And if you have a question about the lesson, then you can just go ahead and type that into the box that says, Ask Jamin a Question, and we will do our best to answer that question live in the lesson. All right, I think that's the end of the boring stuff. I'm ready to learn a song. Stay tuned at the end of the lesson and I'll show you how to win more points and earn more prizes next week. But for right now, let's get this party started. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and this is the incomparable Kendra, moderating the chat room. And you have no mic on, but today's song is gonna be awesome.
I'm completely prepared for this. Guess what? I turned 17 last weekend, so
happy
that
birthday.
Is an excuse for my
Yeah,
mistake.
it's been almost a month since we had a normal lesson. We had like two lessons that were weird, and so 3 weeks ago we had a normal lesson. So we haven't seen you in a long time. But welcome back.
Thank
It's great
you.
to have you here,
It's
and you're now
here.
really super old. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know what to say.
this song that we're doing today is actually like, don't tell anybody. It's kind of embarrassing, but like, it's really kind of a great song. Like, it's supposed to be like a goofy kid song from a silly musical, but like the words are really, really helpful when you're feeling down. At least that's what I found. But shh, don't tell anyone I said that because it's a really goofy song. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Sorry. He hears me talking. He's like, nope. Let's do notes. All right, let's do notes. Fine. So this really encouraging, great song starts on an A. So in order to find an A, we're just going to take any group of 3 black notes. Like you could use those there. You could use those there. Any group of 3 black notes. Take the middle note in that group of 3 and drag it up just a little bit, and you'll land on an A every single time. I'm going to use this one right here. So we're going to play that one, and you're just going to play A, B, C, D straight up. So we're going to play A, B, C, D. And we're going to say out loud those words when the news is. So that's the first 4 notes there, when the news is. Now, we want to come back down after that because the next note is a C, and we're going to say out loud all. And then we're going to go down to bad, and then go back down to when. So we just go straight up from A, B, C, D, and then straight back down. And then after that, we're going to go back up when you're, and then we're going to go back up to D, and then come back down to A. So we're doing that twice in a row. The tricky part of this is going to be the rhythms there. So what we want is the rhythm that goes, when the news is all bad, when you're sour and blue, when you start to, and then it goes on to other things, right? Like after that. So we're going to go up and come down, but the notes aren't probably the hardest part. The hardest part is probably getting those rhythms down. Ba ba da 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 da. And then after that, after you hit this note, we're just going to play every single note that we possibly can, black notes included, until we get to the other A that we already found before. So you remember before, when we were finding A, we took a group of 3 black notes, we took the middle note and dragged it up a little bit, and we found 2 A's. So I started on this A, and now we're gonna play every single note. That one, and 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 that one. So every single note all the way up to A. So those words are to get mad, you should do what I. All of those notes. When I play all that together, it sounds like this. When the news is all bad, when you're sour and blue, when you start to get mad, you should do what I. And then we're on to a big jump, our first probably complicated jump of the song, where we're going to go from an A, where we're sitting right there, down to an E. So you could either find out where an E is, or if I were you, I would just remember that you're supposed to jump over 2 notes. So don't play either of those. Jump straight from that one down to that one. So I do, like that. So after we go up to this A, jump down 2 notes. If we try all of that with a track, now you don't have to be able to play these right now. Just get ready on that A, so at least you can get the first note down. But if you play this along with a track, it sounds something like this. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3. When the news is all bad, when you're sour and blue, when you start to get mad, you should do what I do. And then that A and that E that we were using, we're going to play those back and forth. We were playing an A, we went down to an E, so now we want to play that again. A, E. Tell yourself, and then we're going to go back up to that A again and come back down to the E. How luck. We're almost done with the song, believe it or not. Once we get to there, once we play the A and the E back and forth, then we're going to skip down to a C right there, and then we're going to come up 1 note and then up 1 note. So right there, that's lucky you are. And once you do that, you're pretty much done, because this whole entire thing is just going to repeat every single note for note. So there are a lot of complicated parts in this song, and we've got a lot of weird chromaticisms. We've learned that word before, where we're playing like a black notes and white notes.
all that stuff in there. So there's a couple of tricky parts in there, but once you get that far, you're pretty much done because we're just going to repeat all of those notes when we say different words. Check it out. The notes are the same. The words are different. When your life's going wrong, when the fates are unkind, when you're limping along and get kicked from behind, tell yourself how lucky you. Now, the very last note over here, we went lucky you are. Right there, we went E, C, D, E. See if you can see the similarities between that and our very last line, which is this. Lucky you are. Everything is exactly the same except for that very last note is a C here. Lucky you are. And up here, it was an E. Lucky you are. So we're going to try all of these notes all together, but this is probably not for you to play along with me right now. Unless you've already paused the video and practiced it all up and you're ready, then you just need to make sure that you're pausing and practicing in between so that you can come back to this section and play along with me as soon as you think you've got it down. And if you don't get it the first time, that's fine. Just keep practicing, come back to the video and rewind and play along with me here with the track. Let's all try this together. If this is your first time though, just get all the notes that you can and don't worry about the rest. We'll miss most of the notes. That's okay. If we can get a couple of them, that's what we're going for. We're gonna start on that A. Get ready. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3. When the news is all bad, when you're sour and blue, when you start to get mad, you should do what I do. Tell yourself how lucky you are. And that's the one that ended on the E. Now we're gonna do the exact same thing. Different words, but same notes. When your life's going wrong, when the fates are unkind, when you're limping along and get kicked from behind, tell yourself, this one's gonna end on a C, how lucky you are. Ends on a C there. So hopefully you can see that all those notes were the exact same thing that I played on the first half. All right, and that was our last time through. So keep practicing that, keep pausing wherever you need to. But for right now, Kendra, tell us about our weekly activity.
This week is the origami piano, and you can just fold up the piano and tag Learn Piano Live when you post a picture on Facebook or Instagram for 150 bonus points from our mascot penguin Clopple.
Yes, and Jojo, thanks for the picture of you using your Clopple finger puppets with that piano. That was a genius idea. I don't know why I didn't come up with that, but that was really cute. All right, time for mailbag.
If you'd like to win an extra 750 points by being the mailbag winner, just fill out the survey at the end of the lesson or send us a message anytime during the week using the contact button at the top of the page.
And this week it's from Das Devani, who says, Dear Jamin, how can I request a song? Just like the way that you did. Actually, the song that you requested in that email is got stuck into the list. So it's pretty easy to request a song these days. And a lot of the songs that we get requests for are songs we've already done. So if you request a song, we've already done it. I'll probably just point you to the archives. But in some cases, it was a long time ago that we did the song. So sometimes we redo songs too. So if you ever get to the archives and you're like, whoa, who's this young guy teaching this lesson? That was me a long time ago. And we might decide to redo it if you didn't like that lesson. So even if you see it in the archives and you want to do a different song, let us know. And we'll definitely get you the notes for hopefully all the songs that you're wanting to do. Let's play a game. Today we're going to play Find the Note. So here's how this works. I'm going to play a note on the piano. I'll give you a little bit of a hint about what note that I'm playing. And then you're going to try to find out what it is by just hunting around on your own piano. So for example, if I played like this note right here, now you can see that right now. So you can just go to that note on your piano. But I'd probably give you a hint like it's a black note and it's in a group of 2. And so you would go to groups of 2 and see if you can find that note. I'll play it for you like 10 times and see if you can go to that same exact note, and then we'll show you what note it is I'm actually playing. Now Kendra's got something, she's working on something called perfect pitch, which is where she can actually just hear a note and without hunting around on a piano or anything, she can just listen to it and kind of tell what note it is. So she's gonna have to play without a piano. You all can use your piano and the hints that I gave you. So let's go ahead and Kendra, if you want to turn off the keys so they can't see what I'm playing here. And I'm gonna give you a hint that this is gonna be a black note in a group of 3. So find a group of 3 black notes and see if you can figure out what note this one is right here. Search around. Keep guessing. If you don't get it on the first guess, that's all right. Guess 100 more times. See if you can get one that sounds exactly like that. Kendra's going to take a guess, and then she's going to show us the keys so you can see which one I'm playing. And Kendra, what's your guess?
G sharp?
It is a G sharp.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, she's so good at this. So here's what the G sharp looks like. Yeah,
Can't
you'll need
even
the
see
other
it.
one.
The far one?
Yep,
Okay.
There we go. It's that one right there. There's a G sharp. It's the note that's slightly above what we call a G, but it's the one that was in the group of in the middle of the group of 3. All right, cool. Let's try a low one this time. This is going to be near. It's going to be a white note, but it's going to be near a group of 3 black notes. So go to a group of three black notes, and then guess at the low white notes, and see if you can find me this thing right here. Super low. Hurry, hurry, hurry. See if you can find that note. Kendra's going to take a guess and then show you which one it is. Kendra.
Is it A?
It is an A. Show them what an A looks like. That's nice. Actually, we already found what A's were, huh? Because it's in a group of 3. You take that middle note and you drag it up 1, and it's an A. Yes, cool. Last one. This is going to be another black note. This time we'll do it in a group of 2. It's in a group of 2 black notes, way up high. This one right here. See if you can find that note before Kendra does. Kendra, what note do you think that is?
D sharp?
It is a D sharp. She's so good at this. That's ridiculous. I can't even do that. Go ahead and show them what a D sharp looks like. It's that one right there. It's the top one on a group of 2 black notes. So that was Find the Note, and that means that now it's time for a little bit of secret information.
Secret information.
And if you're a Music Lessons in a Box subscriber, then you already got the secret information, so you know what it is. But more quietly, secretly, gonna let other people in on it too. Inside of your folder, you would have found out that a diminished chord, which is a chord that we're gonna deal with in a little bit. We haven't done it yet. That's why most people don't need this information. But the secret information is that a diminished chord is the same thing as a major chord. You just have to make all of the notes except for the one that's the name of the chord a little bit lower. Let me show you what that looks like. So a lot of you already know a C chord right there, like that one right there. So on a C chord, if you want to make a C diminished chord, you're just gonna take your C chord, leave the C part, but both of the other notes, you're gonna lower those a little bit. So we're gonna take that one down to there, and you're gonna take that one down to there. So we're gonna lower all of the notes except for the one that is the name of the chord. So it's still a C chord because it's got a C in it, but the other 2 notes are lowered. That's a C diminished chord. Let's try one more with something you might know. It's an F chord. A lot of you guys know an F chord. So we're gonna leave the F, we'll keep that one. We're gonna lower this one right here to there, and we're gonna lower this one to there. And if we do that, if we lower those right there, that's an F diminished chord. It's the same thing as a major chord. We've just lowered all of the notes except for the note that is the name of the chord. So that's how you make a diminished chord if you already know your major chords. And other piece of secret information is that a lot of jazz ends on the and. Now, this is stuff that we don't even get into really until like level 2 or 3 when we start talking about rhythms and stuff. But if you want to make something sound a little bit jazzy, what you want to do is end the phrase that you're playing just a little bit early. Rush to the last note just a little bit early, like on the and of 4. So if I wanted to play like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, but I wanted to play it like in a jazzy way, then all I would do is rush to the last note before people were ready for it. So like this. Normally Twinkle Twinkle Little Star would go twinkle, twinkle, little star. But if I rush that last note of that phrase, listen. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. See? Just rushing to that last note puts it on the and of 4, puts it not on beat 1, and then that sounds a little bit jazzy. I wonder what you are up above the world so high. So just you can take any song and then just take the last note and rush to it just a little bit early, and that's a whole lot of jazz, is ending phrases on the ands instead of on the beats. That's all our secret information, with the exception that we don't yet know who won the weekly raffle. Let's find out if it's you. Congratulations, Aiden S. Let us know what prize it is that you want. Let's go to level 2.
Transitioning to level 2. This may be confusing to level 1 students, so please continue to practice the level 1 version, or visit learnpianolive.com/level 2 for a detailed explanation on how to level up.
So sadly, the lesson preview has come to an end, and it's time to say goodbye to everyone watching the free streams. Of course, paying subscribers at learnpianolive.com can continue watching this lesson and several hundred others like it in the archives. So come on over and check us out, and if you like what you saw, at least like and subscribe, and then tell your friends to head on over to learnpianolive.com to start enjoying this journey with us. All right, so here we are on level 2. This is going to be the exact same thing. We're just going to point out a couple rhythmic things. The exact same notes that we just played in level 1, but with all the fancy lines and spaces and squiggly lines and stuff. That's called sheet music. So this is what the professionals would use to read this stuff. So the first thing we need to notice is that we've got these 3 squiggly lines right here at the very beginning of the song. Those are called quarter rests, which you already know if you're in Clopple Academy level 1, I think is when you learn about quarter rest. Wow, that's plenty loud. And so that just means that for those first 3 beats, you're not going to do anything. We have what's called a pickup right here, which is something I think we've done in the previous Secret Informations, which is just where you're going to play some notes before the full band comes in. So the full band is going to come in on the word news, and you can tell that because of that bar line that happens right before that C right there, that up and down line right there. So we've got an A and a B before the whole band comes in on C. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3 when the news, and right on news is when the whole band is going to come in. Let's take a listen to that track so you can hear that little pickup of when the, and then news happening with the band. Let's try that. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3 when the news. Yeah, so they all start on news because of that little pickup there. And then the other things we were talking about is over here, we've got this phrase that ends on and, because this is 1 and 2 and. So right here, this squiggly line right here is an 8th rest, which I think you don't hit until Clopple Academy level 2. And then we've got these next notes here would be counted and 2 and. So this E happens on the and of 2. And most people aren't going to care about that, but if you're in Clopple Academy, that kind of stuff is important. We've got another pickup here with the 3/4 rests, and whenever we have these swoopy lines right here, that's called a tie. So you're not actually going to play 2 C's there, even though it looks like 2 C's there. Those 2 C's are tied together with that tie, making 1 single C. So at the end, you're going to play C and hold it out. And those 2 notes are going to be tied together. Okay, well, let's try this thing with the track and see how it goes. This is, like I said, the exact same notes that we had before, but now it just looks a little bit scarier. And if you're reading level 2, you're kind of preparing yourself to start to move on to level 3 and stuff, adding in other hands and also reading music on your own without the letters inside. Let's try it. Here we go. On that A, 2, and a 1, 2, 3. When the news is all bad, when you're sour and blue. When you start to get mad, you should do what I do. Tell yourself how lucky you are. And those 2 E's are tied together as well, as you can see there. When your life's going wrong, when the fates are unkind, when you're living alone and get kicked from behind. Tell yourself, this one ends on a C, how lucky you are. And those 2 C's are tied together. There we go. That is all of the notes for all of level 2. So let's go ahead and try that thing one more time. I had a feeling. Clopple always feels like it's too slow. Well, let's try it again. And like I said before, just pause the video whenever you need to so you can practice this up. You don't have to go straight through the video. And then when you're ready, get all the notes that you can and don't worry about the rest. Here we go. And a 2, and a 1, 2, 3. When the news is all bad, when you're sour and blue, when you start to get, you should do what I do. Tell yourself how lucky you are. And we have those 3/4 rests in 1, 2, 3. When your life's going wrong, when the fates are unkind, when you're living alone Maybe I should pay more attention. Okay, that's all of level 2, and if you have paused that and you can practice that and you can play all of that with your right hand only, that means that you are ready for level 3. Let's go check it out.
Transitioning to level 3. This may be confusing to level 1 and 2 students. Please continue to practice your own level, or visit learnpianolive.com/level3 to understand how this level works.
All right, so definitely more left-hand notes in this level 3 than on some other songs. So if this is your first time attempting a level 3 on a song, then don't play all of the notes that are listed here. Just pick some of them and try some of those. Even if you usually don't try level 3 stuff, you could throw in 1 or 2 notes from level 3. That's just paying attention to all the stuff that is in the bass clef. This thing right here is the graph for all of the lower notes. So that just means that this is stuff that's going to probably happen in the left hand. And as you can see, this C right here is supposed to happen at the exact same time as the word news, which up in the right hand was that C that we played when the news. So we would just hold out that C for the whole time until it's time for another note, and that would be sow right there. So we would hold out this C for news is all bad when you're, and then sow, we would go again with that C. That's kind of how the left hand works on level 3. And of course, you can go to learnpianolive.com/level3 for more instructions on how to read those notes on your own. But I think I just want to point out what notes we're going to have down here in case you've already done level 3 before and you just need me to help you find these notes. We've got 3 C's in a row. The first one's going to be on news, and then we've got sow, and then we've got start is going to be another C, and then we've got an A that happens right before what I do. And then we've got a D right on the word tell. Then we've got another D, and then on luck, you're gonna go down to G. Like I said, it's a lot of left-hand notes. Just try a few of these. You don't have to do all of them. And then right here, we've got a C and an E flat and a D and a G. And then all of that, the entire left hand is going to repeat note for note, the exact same thing. The only exception being at the end, you get to go to a C and then it's over. You don't have to go from the C to the E flat to the D to the G like we did before. So it actually ends a little bit early. It doesn't repeat all of the notes that we already played. It just goes up to that last C. So let me show you what that sounds like with just the left hand by itself. Of course, if you're working on level 1 or 2, then just play your version along with us. You'll be starting on this one right here. And if you're on level 3, this is what the left hand should be doing. Let's try it together. And a 2, and a 1, 2, 3. When the news is all bad, when you're sour and blue, when you start to get mad, you should do what I do. Tell yourself how lucky you are. E flat, D, G. When your life's going wrong, when the fates are unkind, when you're limping along and get kicked from behind, just tell yourself how lucky you are. That's the entire left hand by itself, and then once you put the 2 hands together on level 3, I know, Clavel, I'm trying to go faster. Then once you put the right hand in, it's gonna sound like this. Let's go. 1 and a 2. You can play along, just get all the notes that you can. Don't worry about the rest. When the news is all bad, when you're sour and blue, when you start to get mad, you should do what I do. Tell yourself how lucky you are. I'm gonna take the right hand down so that I don't go off your screen. When the fates are unkind, when you're limping along and get kicked from behind, tell yourself how lucky you are. Yeah. So that's a ton. I'm guessing that most of our students are not going to be able to do all of that without some serious practice. Maybe you're still working on level 1, which is perfectly fine because we've got way more notes, chromaticisms, and all kinds of weird stuff in here. But some of you guys still feel like, yeah, no problem. This is easy. This is boring. When's it going to get hard? It's going to get hard in level 4. Let's go there now.
Transitioning to level 4. This may be unsettling to lower levels. Please continue to practice your own level, or visit learnpianolive.com/level4 for an in-depth explanation on how to conquer this level.
You level 4 people are crazy, and here's how you're going to be crazy today. First of all, we've got a C chord. That's those 3 notes right there. We dealt with most of those, even in the level 1 thing when we were doing the secret information thing. That's a C chord, no problem. You're thinking, oh yeah, this is gonna be easy. Not so fast there. We've got a C diminished chord right there that we're gonna need to play eventually. I mean, yeah, okay, we'll get there. Then we go back to a C chord, and then we've got an A chord, that's that thing, and then we've got a D minor chord, and then a G chord. Yes, you'll need to slow this video down when you come back to this. Probably. That's a C chord to an E flat diminished to a D minor to a G. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's put that all aside for just a second. If we were just gonna play the notes that are written in level 4, because I know some of you guys come to level 4 and you ignore the chords entirely and you just play what's written, that's cool, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all. So that would be something like this. When the news is all bad, when you're sour and blue, when you start to get mad, you should do what I do. Tell yourself how lucky you are. Ha! When the news is all bad, when you're sour and blue, when you start to get mad, you should do what I do. Tell yourself how lucky you are. That's what the level 4 stuff looks like once you practice that up. And if that wasn't hard enough, then you throw in the chords underneath the right hand. I know, there's some people who are here who can still do this, and there's some adults watching too. They've had like decades of practice, so that's not totally fair. But for those people who are like, yeah, show me something hard to do, then we can throw in those chord tones like we talk about in learnpianolive.com/level4. So if you put those in, like, you don't need a track at all. You could just play this song. It would be something like, That's what all that level 4 stuff leads into. So yeah, there should be plenty there to work with, but I'm gonna try. I had a feeling. Too many words, not enough notes. The guy likes his music. That's what makes him such a great mascot around here. Let's try this once with the track, and then we'll go into the level 5 stuff. Yikes. Okay. Just play whatever you can. Don't worry about the rest. When the news is all bad, when you're sour and blue, when you start to get mad, you do what I do. Tell yourself how lucky you are. When it's going wrong. Okay, yeah, that was a little bit crazy, but if we wanted to, we could change this thing into the key of F, but we would have to go to level 5 first, so let's try that out.
Transitioning to level 5. This may be terrifying to lower levels. Please continue to practice your own level, or visit learnpianolive.com/level5 for training on how to survive this level.
So that was a little bit of a lie. Actually, if you want to go to the key of F and play the exact same thing as level 4, then you can just go to level 4B, which is the exact same thing as level 4, but in the key of F, which is the key that they sing it in Seussical the Musical. So if you want to play along with the soundtrack, you'd have to play in the key of F. You can play it there. Or if you want to, you can just go here. And we just change all of these letters, like this C, into numbers like 1. And we play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 1. So we can play the exact same song, but we play, instead of, A, B, C, D, C, B, we play 6, 7, 1, 2, 1, 7, 6, 7, 1, 2, 1, 7. So some people find this actually easier than level 1. But this way we can also change it to the key of F, which is listed right up here for you, where F is number 1, and now the numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, and then our numbers go 6, 7, 1, 2, 1, 7, 6, 7, 1, 2, 1, 7. So we can play all the exact same notes, but now we're in the key of F. We can play along with the soundtrack, and that's pretty cool. We won't have to go through all of the sheet music reading of the level 4B stuff. But let's try this back in the key of C, where C is number 1. And I'm going to try to call out the numbers as we go. If you're on level 5 already, this stuff is already making sense for you. But if not, then you might want to go to learnpianolive.com/level5. Unless you're not on level 5 and you're just doing your own thing, then you just pause the video and practice whenever you can. And when you think that you're ready to play along with me and the track and everybody else who's on level 5, then we just go. Let's go. And a 2, and a 1, 2, go. 6, 7, 1, 2, 1, 7. 6, 7, 1, 2, 1, 7, 6, 7, 1, 2, sharp 2, 3, 4, sharp 4, 5, 5, sharp 5, 6, 3, 3, 6, 3, 6, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 chord to a flat 3 diminished chord to a 2 chord to a 5 chord, 6, 7, 1, 2, 1, 7, 6, 7, 1, 2, 1, 7, 6, 7, 1, 2, sharp 2, 3, 4, sharp 4, 5, 6, 3, 3, 6, 3, 6, 3, 1, 2, 1. So that's how we would think of this in terms of numbers. And if you're still messing up, that's all right. I am too. We all got stuff that we need to practice, but that is all of the notes for this song in all of the levels. So hopefully you guys have something there to work on. Hopefully you're not like, yeah, no problem, that was all easy. And hopefully you're not like, oh, I don't know what in the world to practice. But hopefully everybody's kind of thumbs in the middle, which is like, yeah, my brain can do it, but my fingers can't yet. And if that's you, then cool. This week, go practice. Next week, we've got another song, and we've got a new streaming service, which you don't care about, but your parents might, because it means that hopefully we'll be able to have more consistent streams now that we've got our new stuff from a company called Wowza. So super excited about that. Super excited about next week's song. I love you all. Thanks for joining us, and thanks Clapple for keeping us on track, and Kendra for switching all the cameras. Love you all. Ta-ta.
Hey, great, you're still here, so you must want more. Well, I've got 4 things for you: archives, practice tips, points, and jokes. First of all, if you didn't like this week's song, I'm sorry, and you can always go to learnpianolive.com/next song and vote for what our next song should be. And right now you can go to the Kids Lesson Archives and just pick a different song and work on that this week. Now you probably don't have the whole song down yet, so what you can do is, this helps a lot of people, just next time pretend that you're the in-studio student and that in level 3 and level 5 we're gonna be checking in with you, and you've gotta play at least some of the songs. I find that my students that come in and they're the in-studio students, they actually learn the songs way faster than they learn their regular songs I give them in their regular lessons. So if you just pretend that you're the in-studio student and that someone's gonna be watching you, then that might help a lot. Also, you have the practice log that you can send in for extra points, and that can help you practice. And there's the daily challenge where you get extra points for logging your practice time there as well. Just click on daily challenge and it will play a video that doesn't have any sound really. You just practice, and then every now and then you'll hear a sound like this.
The number 7.
And then once you collect all of the letters and numbers, then you just put them in and you submit that, and you get points for doing that, and you get better because in between all those letters and numbers, you're practicing your song from the week. Of course, once you know the song, then definitely record yourself on your mom's cell phone or on your tablet or on whatever, and use the video submission button, and so you can send us your video that way and get points for that as well. You might even become the featured video for the week. All right, so let's move on to points. Here's the different ways you can get points. You can get up to 50 points just for participating in the chat in the live lesson. You get 300 points on top of that if you are the person in the chat room that week who makes the most helpful comments during the chat. That daily music challenge thing that I told you about, every day when you click on that and you submit the secret code, 150 points just for doing that. Every song comes with a practice log, and if you fill that out and have your parents sign it and you send that in, that's worth 300 points right there. Each week on Facebook and in the email that we send you, we give you a new weekly activity. It's just a fun little maze or puzzle or something to do. Doesn't really have much to do with music, but it does have something to do with that week's song, and it has something to do with getting you 150 points. Then if you click on survey at the end of the lesson and you fill that out and give us some feedback about the song, then we've given out up to 500 points before for great comments and feedback in the survey. Of course, submit your videos of you playing. Almost every video that gets submitted earns at least 200 points, even if it's not perfect. I guess work on it a little bit, but I'm just saying it doesn't have to be perfect. Here's another one. Every single month at learnpianolive.com/contest, we have a contest and usually give out at least 400 points, and oftentimes there are other gift cards and other prizes included in that contest. Okay, now we're getting into some big numbers. If you ever go to a concert that is classical music or it's classic jazz, which means like swing and bebop and stuff like that, you can ask your parents if it's a classic jazz concert. Then you get 500 points just by having your parents let us know what concert you attended. Now I keep asking you to send us your videos, and almost always you get points right up front for submitting those videos. Don't forget to put the legal disclaimer on your video. You have to say at the beginning, this is for use at kidslearnpianolive.com. But here's an additional way to pick up 750 points. If later on, a month down the road, a year down the road, 5 years down the road, if one of the videos that you submit to us ever gets 1,000 views, send us the link to your video. We will give you 750 points. Okay, but is there anything that I could do that's worth thousands of points? Yes, there is. If you're in Klopple Academy, every time you go from level 1 to level 2, or level 2 to level 3, every single time you level up, you get 3,000 points. And that's not even the biggest one. You get 5,000 points every single time someone signs up for kidslearnpianolive.com and they say that you are the one who sent it here. Okay, last thing before I say goodbye. For real, I told you that I would tell you my favorite joke, and here it is. A butcher backs up into his meat grinder and gets a little behind in his work. Gets a little behind in his work because he's a butcher. It's funny, trust me, it's awesome. If you didn't think it was funny, that's fine. But go to learnpianolive.com/jokes and you can see some of our students' favorite jokes and you can submit your own. I think that's finally it. I will see you in another live lesson. Love ya. Good luck. Have fun.